is it only Wednesday? Those words coming by way of Amelie, now a former member of the Vshojo VTuber agency. This agency in the past 48 hours now losing all of their remaining talent. This following revelations by ironmouse, stating the agency had owed her a significant amount of money alongside never donating over 500,000 US dollars intended for charity from her latest subathon. That revelatory video from 2 days ago now with 1.2 million views on YouTube, and leading many to ask, where is the money? And who they are asking is the Gunrun, Vshojo CEO, former talent of the agency Zentrea, taking to Twitter in the early morning hours to say, Kason gave me courage. You've been really good at ignoring me and giving me the short corpo response, Gunrun. No more. Everyone is looking for answers, and the fact that it's taking this long for a statement from you is crazy. Talent deserves an answer, and we are all hurt and angry. Adding, and this is not a call for people to be malicious or callous. Please, regardless of what you are feeling, be calm. This is simply a call for a response in a time where people are hurting and looking for an answer from someone who has insight. Kason responding to Zentrea with, thanks Zen, we strong. Zen later today tweeting, in all seriousness, I know Vshojo had times where they would take forever to process a payment out to artists when they worked with me if the payment was through Vshojo and not me. I just want to make sure if you were one, you were paid. Contact me on what project. I'm so sorry. Zentrea also adding, I'm currently checking at the moment with merchandising. Please be patient. I know the situation is frustrating and you want updates on merchandise. I'm so sorry. Me and my team are looking into it. At the moment, Agent Inc. merchandise should be unaffected and they will give an update regarding your orders. I will continue looking into others. I am unsure about Good Smile at this moment, but we'll contact them and hope to get some clarification. This also following numerous third parties saying they also had not been paid from Vshojo in the past years. That as the owl cat succubus Huni, recently seen at the Virtual Vacation concert, would also direct their questions to Gunrun, asking, I understand that Vshojo is a company, but where the F else is the merch money going? With the profit margin of merch production, there isn't a single penny left to go to the talent whose fans are the ones buying the merch. Your merch team was so understaffed that both of the servers I managed had tens of tickets inquiring about the status of their debut merch, months past purchase with no answers. Who could the merch money possibly be going to for the talent to not receive a single percent of it? If a small artist plus full-time student like me can afford to transfer 100% of profit I got from fan merch of a VTuber directly to the VTuber themselves, while simultaneously comping my workers, surely a big company like Vshojo can manage just even 1% to the source of their sales. This is now bringing us over to Cat, that being Cat in Tokyo, self-described as a commodities trader, saying of the Vshojo predicament, it is an unfortunate situation, but just remembered that Cat was offered $2 million to buy the whole thing, but obviously the operation was so unprofitable, Cat said no. I don't know how it ended this badly, but going through the financials, to be honest, it just took a team that never ran a business before. Cat then showing off this conversation from June 21st of 2025. One individual saying, here's some older decks that may help. Right now, we're looking at someone acquiring us for just the amount that we owe to the talents and loans. That's about $2 million for everything at this point. Cat adding, Cat was always a supporter, donor of VTubers and was interested in investing in them. A friend of mine was the largest investor in Vshojo, but they received $0 in return. Saying of Vshojo, the spending was just bad. We lost $10 million on Vshojo, so they had the dollars to blow on making VTubers go big and famous without ever earning dollars even close to their expenses. And further replying to Rima Evanstar and others on Twitter saying merch sales generated $500,000 a year, but they were losing $3 million a year, sometimes more on other stuff yearly. As again, all of the members of Vshojo in one way or another have announced their exit, including Henya the Genius. Herewith, I uploaded my Twitch stream explaining my situation and my future plans. This as Henya would also elaborate that she is owed money by Vshojo.
So, I have made the decision that I'm leaving Vshojo. And unfortunately, Vshojo owes me significant amount of unpaid debt that I haven't been paying in a long time. This situation has been truly heartbreaking. I truly trusted the company. And this has been deeply upsetting to me. A few years ago, I was in a situation where I thought about quitting VTubing, giving up all of my dream. I quit everything. But then, after I joined Vshojo, I thought everything will be alright. And then I felt like I could tell you guys that, hey guys, thank you for always having my back, but it's gonna be okay. Now it's gonna be alright. That's how I really felt when I joined. So I am just so sad right now and I am so sorry that I need to make an announcement like this and make you guys worry. I am really, really sorry. However, I'm not going anywhere. This is not the end. I will continue my activities as an independent VTuber. I'm not going anywhere. Before 5 minutes, my stream. 5 minutes before my stream. But I just found out that Vshojo haven't shipped some of my anniversary merch that I had it back in May yet. So right now, I and my manager and my attorney is working on it. So I will let you guys know if I get any updates. I am so sorry.
After Henya saying thank you guys so much for a lot, I can't thank you guys enough, Dio. From now on, I will be Henya the Genius Independent VTuber, Dio. Further adding, thank you so much, everyone. My head is all messed up, and I'm not sure if I was able to explain everything perfectly. I'm really sorry. From now on, I'll do my best as an individual. I'm not good at this, but I hope you'll support me. Also, just to clarify, Twitch revenue all goes to Henya, me. So please don't worry, Dio. Again, thank you guys so much for a lot, Dio. I love my community, Dio. Henya also updating her fan box and elaborating. Please don't worry, this fan box revenue will be 100% going to Henya. This as we also have the Henya manager account. Henya confirming she is still my manager. I'm so happy about it. And please contact Henya manager for work inquiry. Henya's manager simply replying, I'm the manager. I will support her with you guys. This as other prior managers with the Vshojo talents would chime in. K-san's manager saying, don't worry, I will continue supporting K-san. As also Maiko supporting those like Kuro and Michi are still also active, supporting their talents. Project Melody yesterday also announcing she is removing herself from Vshojo, and this morning saying taking a little break. I think it'd be healthy for me. I've learned plus experienced so many things, and instead of airing out my own grievances, I'd rather curl up in a ball for 1 to 2 weeks. I'll be back, hornier and ready for a new chapter in life. I love you all so much. Thank you for your kind words. Also, during my absence, the mods will not be fed. Thank you. Furlong, also formally with Vshojo, we have Haruka Caribou on Twitter stating, I've left Vshojo. It was in the works for a little bit, but it has escalated due to the recent news. I'm officially indie as of today. When I've processed everything, I'll express my feelings better. Please give all my friends support and love. Momote here with some quick artwork for Haruka, saying we all love you, Haruchi. As also reported yesterday, we have Hime now on her new handle, Hime Hajime, not on her old handle of Hime Hajime _VSJ. That is now taken. This user saying not official, saving this user so people won't use it for bad. Hime once again confirming, I can confirm I have also quit Vshojo. Well, now officially the 4 members of Vshojo Japan Nova have announced their exits, including Nagi, Piki, alongside Hotaru, taking to Twitter in both Japanese and English, and fully in English, Hestia Happiness, echoing the messages of her other 3 gen mates and saying, I've decided to terminate my contract with Vshojo and return to being an indie. To everyone who has supported me and celebrated this new chapter, I'm truly sorry for how things have turned out. I was unaware of what happened between my senpais and the company, and they deserve so much better. Before I joined, Vshojo has always been a company I deeply admired, known for its incredible, talented streamers and its talent-first approach. I was genuinely overjoyed when given the opportunity to join under the JP group. Although my time in Vshojo was short, I'm so grateful to have met all the senpais and my group mates, Nova. I also want to sincerely thank all the JP staff who I have worked with, and to our JP and EN senpais who continuously encouraged and cared for us. As for Nova's future, not much has been disclosed, and discussions are still ongoing with the JP staff, and nothing has been finalized yet. K-san yesterday morning interviewing the CEO of Vshojo Japan, that CEO remarking they are looking for options to continue supporting the Vshojo Nova members. Zentreya replying to Hestia with, I'm sorry this has happened, Hestia. Don't apologize. I look forward to playing games with you and the JP girls soon. Also replying to Peke with, no apologies. I'm sorry this happened, Pepe. Lots of love. Peke replying, I love the coolest Zenpai at all times. Wait, Pepe. As also with Vshojo, we do have Fruit, recently returning from a hiatus to stream and confirming this news was all a surprise to her, and she is looking to retain legal counsel, saying, "I've still been struggling to mentally process everything, that when I think about it all, my mind goes blank." But perhaps the biggest surprise that came in the last day was discovering members of Vshojo that we had no idea were actually members of Vshojo. This is now we turn to Mint, the Ghost-made VTuber, yesterday saying, "I seriously wouldn't be able to be alright right now if it weren't for you guys. I love my community so much. Thank you." And just after midnight Eastern this morning, taking to Twitter to say, "Sorry to add to the discourse, but I'd be really appreciative if you would listen." Mint dropping the huge revelation that she has actually been a member of Vshojo for the past year.
So, last year, I did the podcast with Matara, and at that time, I was not, I was only working with Vshojo. I was not in Vshojo as a member. I do want to mention I did not receive money for that from any of the merch drop. It wasn't really about that for me, so I, just kind of wrote it off. And Matara and I, we did we have the money from the Patreon itself, so it was just the merchandise that we did not get paid for. Last year, in like mid podcast time that we were recording, we had gone to Japan together, and at that time, I kind of was talking to Matara, and I was saying how I was sorry, how I was just feeling pretty lonely, and how I sorry, was feeling how I was really wanting to join a group or a company. Vshojo would be good, but it wasn't exactly goal oriented towards the things I wanted to do. And on that trip, we had the idea, or we came up with the idea where potentially I could pitch an idol group gen to Vshojo. Oh my gosh, it's so weird saying this out loud to you guys right now, because I've haven't really told anybody. Gunrun and I knew each other even before I became a VTuber. We connected through idols, and so he seemed very keen about the idea. From then, I had signed on as a member. They auditioned for 2 other members that were going to be a part of the idol group that we would form. So I believe some other people were coming out about their experiences, like Barry and Pia. They were not a part of what I was working on. They were supposed to be debuted after us. Things were, albeit a bit slow. Things were not bad. And sorry. I just was really happy that I was working towards a common goal with 2 other people that I was really excited to be with. There were a lot of opportunities that were lining up, and some that probably will never come to fruition, but that's okay. So we actually were initially supposed to debut a while ago, but things kept getting pushed back. Vshojo also helped with my merch drop that I did after Moso Box with like the mugs and stuff. I also did not see that money. I wasn't an outward facing talent, but I guess I was a talent for over a year now, I guess. There was a lot of stuff that was being planned, and I'm really sorry that I I don't have really anything for you guys anymore at the moment. But I can say my 3D debut concert should still happen. And it's really unfortunate that nobody knew how bad it was, except the people who knew how bad it was. And they were just kind of willing to let everyone else walk into a burning building.
Afterwards, Mint saying that was scary. Sorry if I didn't get everything across well, but thank you for listening. I don't really want to bring this up again, so back to your regularly scheduled programming. Further stating, I should have written notes because I forgot to say some stuff. I wanted to apologize to the other members that came in due to my idea. I know I'm not responsible and didn't know anything that was going on, but I feel terrible for involving them. It has been a lot watching everything I've been working on in the past year get wiped out in a second. But obviously, it's more important that wrongdoings are brought to light. I quite honestly feel really lost right now and don't have a lot of motivation, but I'll bounce back eventually, and I'll keep being your goofy ghost maid. Further adding, I'm really embarrassed about everything. I'm really embarrassed about being so dramatic in my stream. Everything being fine to everything completely imploding happened within a matter of weeks. So it's been a lot I've been holding on to, and I'm sorry I couldn't contain my feelings better when explaining. I'm even embarrassed I had to talk about this at all. It's unfortunate timing that my 5-year anniversary is in just a few days, but let's still celebrate and have fun. Rebby Robin quickly replying, you did a fine job explaining. I'm so sorry things didn't work out with the idol gen. Biggest hugs for you, Minto. Madara Khan replying to her friend with, you are valid and not embarrassing, my stinky. I love you. Plus, Zentrea replying, I'm very sorry, Mint. You have every right to feel the way you do. Much love. So once again, in review, we have 2 different sets of merch. Mint confirming that herself and Madara did not see any funds come from the Mint and Madara Summer Special merch. And further, Mint did not receive any money for the A Ghost of a Chance Valentine collection. This including an indirect kiss mug, Free Bunny Sleepover saying, F this mug, I should have just given Mint the money directly, I'm so sick. I'm so upset for her. I'm beyond upset that my Oshi has gone through all of this. I just want her to be happy. I want her to achieve her dreams. I want her to smile. Mint also today showing off this, a prototype of some of the merch that she was working on. Showing off this Mint pack, remarking, sorry they won't be made and sold now, but wanted to share it because I was excited about it. As further, we also have Phoebe-chan replying to Mint with, we'll get through this together, I love you, alongside Pia P replying to Mint with, love you so much, senpai. We'll be following up very quickly with Phoebe-chan and Pia P among others in just a moment. As next, we're going to check in with Sayu, breaking down an equally large revelation, stating, I know people would often name drop Vshojo when I said I wanted a home, especially after I had the hardest experience in my life 2.5 years ago. And I never shared the real reason I was more aggressive towards them / shutting down that idea. 2 years ago, on the 7th of February 2023, a kind friend helped me through the insane turmoil and panic I was feeling from being locked out of the accounts I had at the time. They knew Gunrun personally and offered to connect us because he also thought he could help me. As desperate and determined as I was to find a solution that would help not just me, but others who were still in Niji too, I jumped at this chance. The 3 of us talked in person and I told Gunrun about everything that one girl had experienced and seen while in Niji. Everything from the unfairness of staff, the small percentage from merch, how trapped and hopeless it felt for her to fight back or just exist there, though she tried so hard. And then I pitched my idea. What if that girl and several others left and they made a gen of ex-Nijis and Vshojo? Would he be willing to help them create a better future together? To my surprise, he said he liked the idea and asked me who else did he think would be interested in leaving with her to do this. She honestly didn't know too many of the people there that well in her short time, but she named a few who had been friends to her and she knew in private. She really wanted to help those there, and we spent the night brainstorming and talking about this. After showing some considerable interest, to my surprise, Gunrun then introduced me to one of his managers at the time so I could tell them the same story. Gunrun told me that he wanted to help and that this sounded like a plan and simply had to wait for Niji and I to part ways. I remember having so many feelings of relief and confidence, I felt like I'd found my hope. Of course, the one girl was terminated, doxxed, and no help was offered. Even months later, I would reach out to him again and like we never had spoken, he gave me a surface level response. I want to apologize to anyone who asked in the past about this for being angrier than I would have been if this hadn't been the case. This is also where my comment of saying what I did about Vshojo as a whole came from in the past. It wasn't the other people's fault. Unfortunately, I really just felt trapped in a abandoned after those years ago, and even now I remember how it felt. I hope this explains why for so long I felt like I wasn't worth quote-unquote saving. I felt like I had no value. I felt like, why just me left out? I know I dodged a bullet, but part of me still wished I could have suffered together with the others that I wanted to be with as allies instead of being a reject. Sayu then going on to show different DMs, these mostly being from February of 2023, with plans to meet up with other parties. So in quick review, the retirement home title that was given to VShojo was originally actually the idea of Sayu, who later on wouldn't even be invited. After Sayu saying, "Thank you all so much for your support and kindness. I know things are really hard now for so many people. So much more was affected than anyone could imagine. Please remember to take time off social media just to enjoy your life. I know it sounds odd, but you only have one life, and it's best to live it as happily as you can. Being there for someone doesn't necessarily mean you have to suffer through every single crushing moment, and those you care about wouldn't want to take you through that either. This is a lesson I had to learn, and though it's hard, balance is always the way." Let's now bring us over to Kuro, pirate VTuber, and now, yes, separated from VShojo. This now former member of VShojo who had debuted with the agency back on September 30th of 2023, confirming now he had not received any funding from his merch that launched at debut until just last month. That's right, not being paid for a merch launch from September of 2023 until June of 2025. Many payments from VShojo being facilitated by Maiko, who was following up with the agency and making sure they paid the talents. Kuro also remarking that within VShojo, most all the talents kept their own problems to themselves. But upon the revelation by ironmouse, this kicked off a round of the talents talking with one another and finding out that most all of them had the same problems. Kuro also tweeting out, "I just realized I was the first and last male VTuber in VShojo." Further taking to stream was Kiryu, talking about his own experience with VShojo, as also prior on stream, Quinn Bennett would talk about his experiences, confirming VShojo actually contacted him while he was still in Niji on his corporate account, wanting to set up a debut with him and pressuring him to leave Nijisanji so he could join VShojo. Quinn confirming his decision to leave wasn't only to join VShojo, but it was a factor that heavily swayed his decision. Unfortunately, there were no contracts and he took them at their word, having met Gunrun personally multiple times. But upon his exit from Nijisanji, he suddenly wasn't getting much of any communication back from VShojo. Quinn feeling that he was then being strung along with surface level replies, until later finally confirming they would not be moving forward with him at this time, but they'll consider him in the future. Quinn saying further that he was also going to be joined by another male VTuber, and yet the same outcome happened to that VTuber as well. All the while, we also have Usan remarking, "VShojo reached out after I revealed my first live 2D model, but my mental was completely broken then, so I told them, quote, I can't promise much revenue. I was scared of disappointing people again. Indie life has no safety net. It hurts to see what was happening behind closed doors. Thanks for telling me back when I was lost that I just want you to stay free and make music. You've always protected me, always. I hope the works we breathe life into will lead us somewhere better, and please support talents and the Immune Deficiency Foundation." This all the while, we also have Michi Mochivi, also formerly of VShojo, confirming she no longer has the partner status on Twitter with the agency, and remarking, "I now see ads on Twitter. It's so over for us." Michi also further confirming she is owed funds from VShojo.
I recently found out that VShojo owes me a good amount of unpaid debt. I'm sorry that I didn't do my due diligence enough, and yeah. If you guys know me, you know that I am not the most business oriented, perhaps. I go with the vibes. I like to believe in the vibes and the whimsy and the pinky promises, you know what I mean? So when I trust people, I fully trust them. And honestly, I did not expect that I would have to do this again, y'all. I'm gonna be real with you.
Usan replying to Michi with, "What you've built here is truly irreplaceable. It's something created by you and your community. Please don't doubt yourself and believe what you made, while it might be hard to trust others now. And I'll keep reminding you too." This is finally, we're back to Phoebe-chan, who alongside Pia, Doobie, and Junonagi had joined the Phantom Thief Revenge concert for Mint and Doki Bird, now relaying their experience with VShojo, stating I needed extra time to gather my thoughts before saying anything, but I was one of the undebuted VShojo talents who passed the audition last year. Phoebe adding, I just woke up and I'm so overwhelmed by everyone's support. I want to take everyone's word and hold them close. I'm going to try my best to respond to and like everyone's comments here and on YouTube. But first, I'm about to leave on a 12-hour flight. I'm rushing to pack. Centrea replying, I'm sorry, Phoebe, sending you lots of love. Marie here with Phoebe. I've known you for who knows how many years at this point, and I just can't. I'm so sorry about all this. You deserve so much better. A lot of people, not only me, have seen how hardworking you are and how much love you have for idols. You're not alone in this, okay? Plus, we have Nana Asteria here remarking, I'm so frustrated for everyone. At this point, I'm about to make a damn idol group myself, just so my indie friends can have a chance fighting to live the idol dream. This all the while, who has also been dreaming was Pia P, the bratty slime idol, confirming she was a part of a generation set to debut with VShojo after the idol generation that Mint was creating. Now confirming this was going to be a Monsters Girl gen, and that she had even organically became a friend of Project Melody without Melody even knowing that she was joining VShojo. Pia looking forward to telling her friend she was going to join alongside others like Barry, your innocent resident ladybug, and also Tori Arane. Pia yesterday taking the stream to show off her plans for the debut, which unfortunately is all VShojo coded, including a VShojo Jumanji board game, alongside her very own skate park. Pia P later taking to Twitter to say, OS, how am I going to tell my mom? I recorded telling her I passed. She was so proud of me. Tori replying, I just keep getting sad, long, pitiful looks. Good luck. As also replying to Pia was Doki Bird, saying, I watched a bit of your stream today and I hope you don't stop dreaming. You have an amazing supportive community and friends and they are cheering you on. I hope you and your gen would still have a chance to shine despite everything and that your hard work won't go unnoticed. Pia replying, this reply means more to me than you will ever know. As further, this slime alien VTuber would share collected the revenue from our stream and added $500 of my own cash for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Your support made this possible and is making a difference. Tori also saying, together we can change lives for the better. These are the stories about the VTuber space we need to be focusing on, the good. After all the sad and hurt, let's take back 2025. Tori also saying, so happy to have finally gotten to share my story and beyond grateful to feel heard. Admittedly, I'm terrified. I really wasn't expecting to be a fully fledged indie, let alone so soon. I feel kind of lost and don't really have any support as far as a team or managers. Please give me some time to assimilate to learning how things work. Tori today debuting their new not VShojo form. That is now we have a Monster Girl collab. The quote-unquote lost VShojo Gen girls planning this stream together on Thursday, July 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Pia P saying we don't actually have a gen name yet if anyone wants to pitch suggestions. Also providing new insights into this situation with VShojo has been ex-Vshojo members from years past, including Natasha Nyanners. Nyanners talking about her time in VShojo, estimating that VShojo owes her the equivalent of an S-Class Mercedes, that being an automobile valued at over 100,000 US dollars. Nyanners also relaying a time when she was swatted during a sponsorship stream, continuing on while it was happening and streaming, telling herself, at least I'll get paid. Unfortunately, VShojo would not reimburse her for this particular stream at all. And in regards to funds, saying that after she left VShojo, she made more in a matter of months than she did in all the years within the agency. Nyanners today taking to Twitter, saying I wanted to express how thankful I am to everyone for all the support, not just for me, but for everyone who's had to deal with this painful situation. It's heartbreaking they had to go through so much undue stress caused by the people they trusted in. It was scary, but I'm immensely grateful and relieved to have finally been able to speak out about a lot of what has weighed on me for the past 2 years. Seeing the VTuber community come together like this to lift each other up has been so nice to see. Please send the former VShojo talent and everyone affected by all of this the love you can, and please donate to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Monarakan replying to Nyanners with thanks for being so kind to me. I'm glad you can finally get the healing that you deserve. This all the while we have Tomathan, the Tomato Man, now with Mythic Talent. Upon seeing the remarks by Nyanners as reported by Deserto, Tomathan would say, I'm sick. I never knew this. How much did I work on that didn't get paid? One day I will talk more about everything, but I just feel lied to. Saying of their position at VShojo prior, they were a biz dev manager. Remarking, I often talked with brands and got the talent sponsorships. I never handled payroll and never heard this grievance even in passing to this day, so it boils my blood to think about it. And once again, as part of that Nyanner stream in her chat was Vebe, as shared yesterday, saying they put me under an NDA that made me unable to talk to any of the girls about it. The narrative Vshojo sheep went with was our boyfriends made us and we were greedy. They didn't know we didn't get paid for sponsorships between 2021 and 2023. Also remarking part of their leave terms was announcing both me and Silvervale at the same time. They didn't want to cause a panic. They wanted people to think we were leaving as friends, even though our decision was individual and we hadn't spoken about it. Bebe also further adding the lawyer that they had us use while in the org wasn't even licensed. Numerous other flesh tubers covering more of this. Moist Critical making his second video on the topic entitled The Company is Collapsing, alongside others like Sora the Troll explaining the Japanese side of this piece. Giga giving his thoughts on the matter. Also talking on this matter was Philip DeFranco, showing off a Rima tweet before he's ever acknowledged me, thus officially beginning my Joker villain arc. Alongside Valkyrie and Cutie Cinderella, Ray of course being a very good friend of ironmouse over the years. Mouse at the time of the Tiltify hitting nearly $750,000, remarking, I don't really have words that can properly express how I feel. I feel like saying thank you to everyone is not enough. But thank you all so much for your kindness. My heart is so full it feels like it's going to explode. You are all truly amazing. I'm gonna go cry now. Maximilian Dude acknowledging these words from Mouse. Ray cheering the cause on, as Jacksepticeye would say, love to see such a cool thing happen out of a negative situation. Goated. Jack then tossing in $10,000 on his own. Project Melody seeing the progress and saying, woke up to see this, my heart hurts. And then after, now it's $726,000, excuse me. Giga also saying, there are no words to express enough thanks to you all. Thank you to our community, to the passerby who has been generous, and to everyone who has passed the word along about this cause and everything we've had to say thus far. Michi Mochivi acknowledging it and saying, things like this restore the whimsy in me, bro. I like to believe there is good in the world, and thanks to people like you, I know there is, and there's a lot of it. VGen also donating and saying so close to 1 million, we've added another boost. Plus Tiltify announcing, inspired by the VTuber community, we are honored to support ironmouse and the Immune Deficiency Foundation. We turned on a donation match, meaning all donations will be doubled up to $5,000. The Tiltify campaign, now at the time recording, reaching over 1 million US dollars. Now almost over twice the original amount that was intended to go to the Immune Deficiency Foundation from last year's subathon. This all being accomplished in over 48 hours. Tiltify seeing this and saying 1 million has been raised. Ironmouse, my heart sank when I saw your video, but your community is a bright light and I hope this brings a smile to your face. The Immune Deficiency Foundation also recognizing this and saying, I'm not crying, you're crying. Having sent out an official video regarding Mouse and including some of her music at the end, Starlight Daryl sharing very okay vinyl has volunteered to donate $10 for every pre-order of the Music Box of Fate 7-inch vinyl. This all while the After Midnight Candlery are now offering limited edition Iron Mouse candles, saying in honor of Mouse and the IDF, Exodum Artworks and I have teamed up to bring you limited edition strawberry milk tea candles. 20% of the proceeds from the sales of Come Together by way of After Midnight will be donated to the IDF. All the while also giving is Nimi Nightmare, once again making waves, revealing that she's getting married. One of the most surprising replies coming from Madara Khan saying, absolutely congrats. I hope you one day get the family of your dreams, my angel. Also, don't be surprised if I get married next year too. Nimi further saying, thank you all so much for all your congratulations and support. It really means so much to me. I'm so lucky to have the community I do. You guys are seriously the best, and I'm so looking forward to all the fun the future holds. Also, there's a lot going on in the VTuber community right now, but I know we can lift each other up in times like these. Please consider checking out Ironmouse's fundraiser for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The link, once again, to this Tiltify being down below in the description. Ironmouse replying, Nimi, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for being so kind. I have no words to express how thankful I am. Also, huge congratulations. I wish you a lifetime of happiness. All the while, we have Yuna, who in the past I had referred to as a bread tuber, not knowing there was a different definition of bread tuber, saying your Oshi announces her marriage because she's always had a dream to start a family. I announced my marriage, so my chat wouldn't call me a Christmas cake on my 25th birthday. We are not the same. Congrats to her. Then all the while, we have Leave here giving congratulations to Nimi, turning from Nimi Nightmare to Nimi Nightmarried. And Didium here with Nimi getting engaged before Doobie names her fan base, and further saying hopefully Nimi's fiance doesn't see that art I made of her and Doobie. This artist giving us this day 195 piece with hashtag virtual vacation 2025. As very lastly, we have Keen Biscuit here with can't wait for mini Nimi arc. As that is all for this episode, as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, as we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.